Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum to everyone who is joining with us today. This is our day 8 for Microsoft Drive-thru virtual event, a students track until 4 p.m. inshallah. So today we have our special guest from all the way from London. Let me introduce you to our presenter for today. Is Tejas, the head of business from Wakelet. So students, for those of you who isn't familiar with Wakelet, or maybe some of you already, uh, uh, have been using Wakelet in your learning experience. So today you will be learning tips on how to use Wakelet in Microsoft Teams, right? So please please use the chat or Q&A section if you have any questions for our presenter throughout the session. And please be informed that this session is being recorded and it will be uploaded in the Sway agenda that you have received previously, and also in the Delima portal for teachers in Ruang Ilmu. When you fill in the attendance form, please do include your accurate details, because if you are the lucky winners for today's session, the prizes will be delivered to your home or school address, right? And students, we hope that you will be able to wait until the end of the webinar, because our lucky draw will happen at the end of the session, after Tejas's presentation. And you will stand a chance to win a Microsoft backpack only for students. So if you are a teacher who's joining this session, this is only for students, yeah? And when we are doing the lucky draw, we'll be using the Spin the Wheel app. So when your name is being called or being displayed on the screen, please type in the Q&A section, "Ya, saya menang." And if you are tuning in as anonymous, right, please do include your name as well. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to our presenter, Tejas. Hold on. So Tejas, are you going to share your screen?
Yes, I will just briefly share my screen. So let me just share it right now. So hopefully everyone can see my screen.
Yep.
Awesome. First of all, a big thank you to Fairuz and team for having me on today's session. It's so nice to be over here and speak to all of you virtually. I mean, we were meant to be in Malaysia last year and to come meet, all of our community, and we couldn't make it because of the pandemic. So it's very nice to be here virtually. So like Fairuz very kindly introduced me, I am currently leading the head of business development, and essentially by virtue of that, I take care of a lot of our partnerships with the big companies like Microsoft, Google, Adobe, Amazon, etc. And I also lead the Wakelet Schools program. So it will be my privilege to take you through, a little bit more about Wakelet, and then also what I'll do is I'll take you through how to create your first collection, and then how to make use of the functionality of Wakelet in Teams. So hopefully this should be really fun for all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. So, a lot of you are probably thinking about what Wakelet really is and what we do as a platform. And you've probably heard of us in passing. You've heard your teachers speak about us, or you've heard your colleagues speak about us, or fellow students. Essentially, we are a free platform that allows you to save, organize, curate, and share content from across the web. So this can be broken down into 3 steps. So particularly for students, imagine you are researching a particular assignment coming up, or you're researching, something for your homework on the internet, and you've got all of these links, and essentially, you're looking to bookmark them, right? You're looking for a place to collect them all. And so that's the first step of Wakelet, where we actually allow you to bookmark those articles, videos, tweets, or blogs that you are, researching for your upcoming homework topic area. And then we allow you to bookmark it into the bookmarking area, or a space called a collection, and I'll obviously take you through this in a bit. And then secondly, once you've bookmarked all of those items, you can actually arrange those bookmarks into stunning collections. So you can add images, you can add text, you can organize it however you like to build stories, from the content that you've created. So once you bookmark all of these items and then you've organized it into collections, you can essentially add really nice text and or even images, which provides your own personality, to the collection, and it allows you to provide this. It gives you the storytelling ability that Wakelet is renowned for, and lets you personalize it so it showcases a little bit more of your personality. And then finally, you can actually collaborate and share. So you can collaborate with your fellow students. You can also then collaborate with your teachers if you like. You can also then share it out to different platforms like Microsoft Teams, OneNote, and many others. And I'll obviously take you through, the many aspects of the Teams environment for all of you. And so this is the problem that we're trying to solve. So a lot of your students are probably wondering, Wakelet sounds pretty cool, but what's the core problem that we're trying to solve? And essentially, we recognize that there isn't a single multi-purpose platform that allows people to easily organize, present, and share content. So a lot of you might be knowing Pinterest. Pinterest obviously allows you to save and organize images, right? But there's nothing that allows you to save and organize any content, and that's what we're sort of allowing you to do, and that's what we want to empower you with, and that's the core value proposition of Wakelet as a platform. We're in over 128 countries. We've got a big following in globally around the world, and we are super excited also to let you all know that Malaysia is one of our bigger ones in the APAC region, which is Asia Pacific, and it's an absolute pleasure being here with all of you and taking you through Wakelet today. As students, you're the future, and if you can find some use and value in Wakelet, this is pretty much why we created the platform, to help make your lives better and to help make your digital experience a lot more seamless. So obviously, the invitation is open to all of you to join. So once I'm finished with the session, feel free to have a play around with Wakelet, to try it out, to try out some functionality. Like I said in the beginning, it's completely free to use, so you shouldn't have any problem getting started whatsoever. And these are just some of our amazing Microsoft integrations, and I'm gonna obviously dive into Teams as we don't have time for me to dive into everything else, but we've got single sign-on, we've got Flipgrid, we've got OneNote, we've got Microsoft Sway, Microsoft Teams, and obviously Immersive Reader. So single sign-on is all of you can sign into Wakelet with your Microsoft emails. I'm assuming all of you are a part of a Microsoft School, and even if you're not, you could sign in with your alternative email as well. We've got an amazing Flipgrid integration that I'll show you when I'm taking you into a collection. OneNote and Sway, you can essentially share a collection into OneNote and Microsoft Sway. And the Microsoft Teams integration I will expand on in a bit. And the Immersive Reader obviously is really allowing us that capacity to be a little more inclusive in our approach to education. By having the Immersive Reader in Wakelet, we are allowing for you to translate any text inside of a collection. We're allowing you to make sense of pretty much any block of text that perhaps you need assistance with, or you need to change the background color because you've got a learning requirement to do so. And Microsoft really helped us bridge this gap in the way we deliver content on the platform. So, sort of moving on to one of the most exciting integrations we've got on the platform, which is Microsoft Teams. There's 3 points of integration on Teams, right? So first, once you create an amazing collection, you can share it as a team tab inside of Microsoft Teams, and that's very simple to do. And I'll obviously be live demoing this in a bit. And these are just some of the ways in which teachers use Wakelet and Teams in their classroom. So students I'm going to take you through something which will show how you can make the most of Wakelet and Microsoft Teams in your Microsoft Teams environment. And obviously, we also have created this amazing bookmarking functionality inside of Teams, where we've done, fulfilled an end-to-end process where you can actually sign up to Wakelet from Microsoft Teams. You can create your first collection from inside of Microsoft Teams, and then you can actually access and share Wakelet collections from Teams itself. And I will show you through this process as well. We've also got a great course on the MEC. So if after my session you want a little more guidance on Wakelet, you can always check out our course on the MEC, and I'm sure Feroz will share the link with you. So now I'm going to switch to my live demo, where I'm going to take you all through, Wakelet and how you can basically make the most of it and how you can understand making your first collection. And then I'll, take you all through the Teams integration. So this is sort of what you come on to as soon as you sign up to Wakelet. You come onto a page very similar to this. Obviously you're not going to have all of these collections. They are collections that I've made. So these boxes are called collections. On the left-hand side panel, you've got spaces. So think of spaces like Facebook pages. Essentially, it's a great way of categorizing different topic areas inside of the Wakelet profile. You can also look at the left-hand panel over here. It's got a few indications to your collections area, bookmarks area, and group collections area. You've got following and followers. So people that you follow, when they make a collection public, you get an email, and people that follow you, when you make a collection, they get an email. And these are pretty self-explanatory. I'll explain to you what a collection is. Bookmarks area, like I said, is this amazing space where you can bookmark any items from the internet straight in here. And you can see I've got a lot of interesting videos on decarbonizing the environment in my bookmarks area. And then you've also got group collections, where essentially you've got this bunch of collections over here that I am collaborating with somebody else, or if it's in your profile, you are collaborating with somebody else. So let's go back into the collections area, and let me show you also your public profile. So if I click onto the avatar here on the top right-hand side corner, I go onto my public profile, and my public profile is just a really nice, fun area where any collections that are public showcase over here. So if you search for my name on Wakelet, if you search for Tejas KY on Wakelet, you'll come into this area where you see all of my collections on integrations, you see all of my collections on fun stuff, and you see my uncategorized as well. And I will obviously show you how to do all of these things. They're very, very self-explanatory, and it should be pretty self-evident. So let's start off with actually creating your first collection, because this is what all of you are here for, right? You want to learn how to use Wakelet, how to make the most of the platform, and how to start off your journey on the platform. So you start your journey by clicking on this big green button. So you literally click onto the green button, and you come onto an area like this. And over here, obviously, you've got the opportunity to create your first collection. And I'm because obviously all of you are students, I'm going to maybe say this is a collection on learning resources for, let's say, biology homework. And, this is something that I'm just creating as an example. It can be anything, and you can customize it to be anything. I can then upload an image from my laptop or desktop, or choose from a library of Unsplash images. So if I choose from a library of Unsplash images, you see over here there are a bunch of images that come up that I can choose from. I'm just going to choose some nice images to show you how beautiful it can look. So I've chosen a cover image. I can also then click onto the top left-hand side corner and add background image, and then choose from library. And let's choose this image. So you can see over here that it's sort of very aesthetic. Obviously, I haven't chosen any themes that are relevant to the topic, but you can also choose themes relevant to the topic by actually searching for the topic here. So if I search for biology, you can see I can choose from a bunch of relevant themes. So let's just go for this one for the sake of it, so that it's obviously biology, so why not, right? And so once you've got your collection set up and you've got your background image set up, you can click on the plus icon over here, and then you've got a bunch of options. So I'm going to take you through these options now. So essentially, this is where you start your journey pasting any link. So let's say you're researching something on your biology homework, right? So let's just say marine biology facts. And let's say this is one of the links that you're researching, for your homework topic area, and you kind of want to save it somewhere. You want to bookmark it, but you also want to see how it looks like on Wakelet. So all you need to really do is copy, go into your collection, and paste. And as soon as you do that, it essentially adds the collection straight in, right? And that's a very seamless process. And you can see over here that it's scraped a nice preview. It's given it a title. It's also given it a little preview text. So you can actually see everything that's written over here. And you can add how many ever links you like. So that's pretty much up to you on how many links you'd like to add. You can then continue adding links, or you can go on, and add some text. So this is a really interesting area, right? Because text is something that if I've just added a bunch of links, there's no personalization. So over here, we're giving you an opportunity to really personalize your collection and make sense of it, and kind of, give your teachers or your viewers, whoever they might be, some context on what this collection's about. So I can, for example, say the above article explains, and essentially I can go on to write, I think each text box takes in 1,000 words at a time. I can then go on to click and also add an image. So images are, again, a very cool option where you can actually take an image of, maybe a project. If this was a project that was happening in class, or if it was a group project, you can take a project of some of your notes that you've collected as a group. You can also then choose from a library of Unsplash images to add an image that's relevant. So if I say choose from library, and I say biology again, let's just say I'm looking for an image to provide some context. So let's just choose this image. And perhaps this is an image that you're trying to use to provide further context to the topic that you're talking about. And further on, you can actually also add stuff straight from your bookmarks area. So if I click on bookmarks over here, it will pull up all of my bookmarks. So I can then, for example, just click on one of these bookmarks and add it straight in. And you're probably thinking to yourself, that's really cool, Tejas, but how did you add all of those things into your bookmarks area? Well, so essentially, we've got this really cool browser extension, right? So let me show you. The Wakelet browser extension is completely free to download, and essentially when you download it, it pops up as a W on your browser. I haven't downloaded it on the current browser yet, as I've just got a new laptop, so I need to do it. But essentially, when you download it, you can save items straight while you're browsing. So imagine I'm surfing the internet. I just need to click on a W over here, and I can save it into any one of my collections. And then I can access it as well. As soon as I open a new tab, I can access all of those links, and make sense of them. And you can see over here, it showcases itself very nicely. And essentially, we're very relevant on all platforms. We're available on Firefox, Chrome, and Edge as well. So feel free to try us out on all those platforms. And so this is essentially what happens when you bookmark an item and then source it from your bookmarks area. Another really nice option for you to add stuff into Wakelet is obviously, you can add PDFs. You can essentially, if you have got a PDF document, so that could be a Microsoft Word document that you've chosen to convert to a PDF, because on Wakelet, we don't allow you to add Microsoft Word documents from your desktop or laptops. You can add a Microsoft Online document, but not a Microsoft Word document that isn't publicly hosted, if that makes sense. And so I don't have a PDF document on my system right now, but if you did, you could essentially just click onto it and add it straight in. And now to the fun bit. You've got a bunch of integrations over here. So you've got Twitter, you've got Flipgrid, you've got YouTube, you've got Google Drive, you've got OneDrive. So if you click on Twitter, you can then search for any tweet that you have in mind. So for example, I can search for biology, and it'll come up with a bunch of tweets on biology, and I can just click onto them and add them straight in. And obviously, these are just random tweets that I'm choosing. I would assume a lot of you would probably think a little bit more about, the tweet that you're adding in. Maybe it's something from a specific account. Like I said, you can always copy and paste the tweet as well. So if I wanted to add this tweet, for example, this is just an example. I can just copy this tweet and I can go into my collection and I can paste it in here. And when you start your journey creating your first collection, don't bother too much about the order. I'll show you how to reorder stuff, because you're probably thinking, okay, Tejas is just adding stuff wherever he likes. There doesn't seem to be any order, and I'll show you how to reorder things, so don't worry about that. And next, you can also add a Flipgrid video. So this is really cool, right? So you actually have the option of uploading a video straight from Wakelet. So over here, you can see that I've got my camera up. I can click on the record button essentially and record for up to 10 minutes. The timer then starts. And I've got a bunch of other options as well, right? I can upload a clip if I've already got it recorded. I can do mic only, which is essentially audio only, where the video is deactivated. So it's almost like a podcast setup. I can mirror video. I can mute myself and just have video. I can also record my screen whilst I'm speaking. So a bunch of cool options. And the effects are really my favorite, because they've got some pretty cool frames. I personally really like. There used to be a news board frame. I think it's filters. I can't. I think they've just changed the layout, but you can obviously try playing around with it. There's this really cool frame where essentially you can pretend to be from a news channel and speak about something, but obviously, up to you guys if you want to use it or not. But very simple. You just click on record. It starts a 3-second timer. You can see over here on the top right-hand side corner, the seconds have started playing down from 10 minutes. I can pause it, click on next. You can see over I can also trim the video, which is really cool, right? You can actually trim it here. You can then also choose to add more, and then you click on next. And then you just say, you give your, video description. You can select a frame, or you can take a selfie, or you can upload a photo, and then you just say confirm. And then it goes straight into your Wakelet collection. So that's really cool. I mean, it's one of my favorite integrations on Wakelet. To be able to do that, to be able to add a video straight in, is very powerful, let's say, and really provides all of you an opportunity to personalize your content on the collection even more. We've also got this great integration with YouTube, where you can search for, you can search for certain items or certain topics on YouTube and add it straight in. So I'm just going to choose one video and click on add, and then you can see that it's sort of added in straight from YouTube. So that's very useful as well. Then you've got Google Drive and OneDrive. So assuming that you've got perhaps, videos over 10 minutes, and a lot of you are probably thinking, okay, Tejas just said on Flipgrid, you have the option of adding videos of up to 10 minutes, but what about if your video is over 10 minutes? Well, if your video is over 10 minutes, you'd typically, to add it onto Wakelet, have to first upload it onto OneDrive. And once you upload it onto OneDrive, you can essentially, log into your OneDrive account, straight from Wakelet. And then you can just add it straight in. So it says go to OneDrive over here, and obviously I can just sign into my OneDrive account and add items straight in. but I wasn't signed in yet, so I don't think that's very relevant at the moment. So now that we've finished sort of creating our first collection, and obviously the layout is all over, you're probably thinking, okay, this Tejas, how do you reorder? And you can see this easy reorder mode, but if you didn't want to use that, you can also manually reorder if you like. But I personally really like to use easy reorder mode, where essentially you can just see everything, really neat, and I can just drag and drop. It's very, very smooth and intuitive. It lets itself, it showcases itself very nicely. And then I can go out of easy reorder mode, and you can see that it all shows very nicely over here. There's a few layouts as well. My favorite is the mood board layout, where it shows up like a nice board, and this is one of the most used layouts on Wakelet. Personally, for students as well, I think for all of you who are creating collections on resources, I think this could be really nice. And you really have an opportunity over here to showcase some amazing content that you've taken the time to research and discover on the internet, and push it out from Wakelet. So once you've chosen one of these options, obviously, let me show you. Compact view is just where everything is compact. Grid view is where it's a matrix or a grid that showcases inside of a collection. I'm just going to leave it on mood board for now because this looks really nice. I can then also switch privacy settings. So I can have it on public, I can have it on unlisted, or I can have it on private. Every collection by default is on private, where only I can see the collection. I can also have it on unlisted, where essentially only people with the link can see the collection. Or public, where, like I said to you, it showcases on my public profile. I'm going to leave it on unlisted for now, because obviously this is just an example. And if you remember me saying, if I make it public, everyone following me will get an email letting them know that this collection is public, and obviously it's an example, so it's not going to make much sense. So I'm just going to click on done, and that's about it. That's literally my first, end-to-end collection creation process, right? So that's literally all that you have to do to create your first collection on Wakelet. And hopefully you found this really fun, and you will try it out and check it out yourselves. So now what, right? So now you've got this amazing integration with Teams, and you're probably thinking, okay, how does that work? So let me show you how that works. So over here, I've got a bunch of team channels, and so let me go to one of these channels, and obviously you can see over here, I'm just going to use general for now. So maybe a lot of your students are part of a Teams channel with loads of teachers that have created different classrooms for you, and maybe you have to share resources. So if you want to share resources, you can obviously go back into Wakelet. You can copy the link over here. You can go back into Teams. You can obviously just paste it here, or this is where the integration comes in. You click on the plus icon, and if you haven't already installed the Wakelet app, you just search for Wakelet, and then you can install the Wakelet app. And once you install the Wakelet app, all you need to do is paste the collection and click save. And as soon as you do that, you can essentially open up that collection straight inside of Teams. So how cool is this, right? You can see the background image, you can see the profile image, you can see all of my resources in the mood board layout. And this is one of my favorite integrations on Microsoft Teams for sure. It's absolutely amazing. Apart from this, you can also do some pretty cool stuff inside of the post area. So over here, you can see that I've got a bunch of links, and maybe as students, you seem to share a lot of links with each other. And obviously, if you remember me saying, the second point of integration is that we actually allow for you to, if you go to more actions, bookmark any link inside of a Teams channel or even in the chat area. So if you're sharing links with your colleagues inside of Microsoft Teams, and you're like, oh my God, there's so many links over here. My teachers share links with me. My fellow colleagues or my classmates share link with me, but there's too many links and you don't know where to bookmark it. You can essentially click on the three-dotted icon inside of Teams, go to more actions, and click save to Wakelet. And the save to Wakelet button will only arrive, I must warn you, when you have signed, when you've downloaded the Wakelet app in Teams. So if you don't download the Wakelet app first, you won't see the button. So please keep that in mind. You can then log into your Teams account. I hope I remember my account. Let's give this a go. If I don't remember my account, I will have to skip this bit. Okay, one last try. Okay, so let me just skip this one last try. Essentially what happens when you log in over here is, okay, nice. You can see that there's no links on that particular message that I chose, but if there were links, you can essentially choose any of those links. Let me show you an example where there is a link. Okay, so let's go to this, right? So there's a link over here. More actions, save to Wakelet, and you can see it's found this link, and I can save it into any one of these collections. So I'm going to save it obviously into learning resources for biology, add to collection, and that's about it. You know, it's as simple as that. You save that item straight in, or you can also go to more actions, save to Wakelet, and you can save to bookmarks. So you just click on save to bookmarks, and that's about it, which is amazing. I think it makes it really intuitive. And once you've sort of done that, you can also then click on the W at the bottom, and you can search for any collection. So if I search for biology, of course I have to sign in again, because this is something that, this is how the Teams, Microsoft Teams treats the Wakelet app. It does have to, so if you sign up over here, you don't need to sign up on the three-dot icon. I should have remembered that and shown you guys this, but so as you can see over here, I can choose this item, for example, and that's about it. And it comes up very nicely, and I can just click send, and it just comes up over here, which is really neat, right? I mean, it's literally something that is very straightforward and easy to do. So that's pretty much all of the integration points on Teams. You've also got another integration point, but because I'm actually on a Teams meeting, I can't show you that. So I'd really hope that all of you have found this session really useful, and going forward will be able to use Wakelet with Microsoft Teams. I'm more than happy to take any questions at this point of time. I know I had an hour, but that was pretty much, I think, all that was required for an intro.
Thank you, Tejas. So we do have one question. Wakelet tools can use for primary students or not?
That's a very good question. So yes, Wakelet tools can be used for primary students, but if the teacher is creating a collection, yeah, you can share resources with your primary students. But if you're wanting your primary students to create an account on Wakelet, under 13s cannot at the moment. We don't recommend it, but I think it obviously depends on your individual country and jurisdiction. Over 13s, more than recommended to create your profiles and just Wakelet profiles and sign up to the platform. But yeah, under 13s, I would say for the time being, there's this amazing feature called anonymous collaboration. So if the teacher created the collection and then invited the under 13s to collaborate on that collection, that's fine, because the teacher controls everything. You will get more information on this on the course in the MEC. So if you have if you want to learn more about this, please do check out the course.
Right. So thank you, Tejas. So guys, if you have any more questions, I think we have a number of teachers who also joined this call today. Thank you so much. So Tejas, if you don't mind, I'm just going to speak in Bahasa for a while. So cikgu-cikgu dan pelajar-pelajar, sekiranya ada apa-apa soalan mengenai Wakelet, boleh ajukan di ruangan Q&A, dan sekiranya tiada, mungkin kita akan minta Tejas untuk kongsikan course di dalam Microsoft Educator Center yang ni hanya untuk student. Okay, Tejas, would you mind to share your screen and show to the teachers that there is a course on Wakelet in Microsoft Educator Center?
Yes, yeah, 100%. So I've just shared my screen again. Hopefully everyone can see it. So so all I need to do is really just bring the course up. So you can see over here on the MEC or the Microsoft Educator Center, there is the Riding the Wakelet Wave course. It's a brand new course, by the way. So if I click on resume course, there's 8 modules. So it takes you, all the way from the start of what is Wakelet to creating your first Wakelet account and to start working on your profile. If you click on, the play icon, you obviously have me explaining to you how to use Wakelet and how to get started. You can also you've got these great dialogues to help you also, further get going. You can also create a collection. You can share your collections with your community. And it's sort of very, very seamless. So if you do the course, you'll understand everything that we're trying to explain to you end to end. We've also got the brand new creating a space. So if you don't know what a space is, this will really teach you what a space is. You can also then collaborate with your community. So you've got a bunch of collaboration options over here and how you can use collaboration with Wakelet. So the course offers 1,000 points, and that's one of the top advocation for points. So I would highly recommend you try it out. Obviously, the course link is very, very simple. I think if you just search for Wakelet on the MEC, you will find us. It's literally Riding the Wakelet Wave course. So yeah, hopefully that provides a little context.